Thanks for joining me. Welcome back to Automatic Mouth and my 10-part series on Ganbatte. Now, I did tell you that when the new copy came in, I would show you. Boom, boom, here it is. It's a nice little book. It's an easy read. Absolutely love it. This is what inspired this series. So check it out. Okay, so let's move on to today's episode, which is mindfulness and focus. Now, I want to challenge you to think of it in a couple of different words to aid. I think it will help in understanding what mindfulness and focus is, its importance, and how to adapt it into your everyday life. So, what if I tell you that mindfulness is more about awareness, being aware of where you are, what you're doing, your surroundings, everything about the present moment and how you fit into it. So what if we call mindfulness being aware, and focus is about the target? So if you're aware of your energy, your physiology, your psychology, where you are, how you feel, what your energy levels are, and then where are you going to target that energy in order to succeed at what it is you want to succeed at. Yep. Because mindfulness in essence is about giving your complete attention to the task at hand. So you may have heard about the term mindful eating. That's actually about being aware and in the present moment of everything as you eat it. Every bite you have, the smell, the taste, the texture, what it makes you feel. So it's being very mindful in that present moment, and the task at hand is eating. So you can see how you can apply that to every aspect of your life, that if you are mindful of being in the present moment, it allows you to focus your attention and your energy on that thing that you're doing. And the more focus and attention that you give to the one thing that you're doing, the better chance you have of completing it successfully and with little stress and negative aspects on your mind and body. Yeah. So there's lots of benefits to being mindful and targeting your focus. Reducing stress is a huge one, and boosting your effectiveness, obviously, because you're focusing your energy in the one element. So you're going to be more effective, right? So let me just talk about stress real quick, and let's jump on top of that. So stress occurs when there is an imbalance between the demands that's placed on you and your capability to meet those demands, especially where, like, under the condition of if you fail to meet the demand, there are important consequences. I trust that makes sense. But you can see that if, stress as a thing, it's not necessarily bad. It's not bad. It's not good. It's neutral. It just is. Stress is a thing. And we all have it. And we all experience it at different times. The degree of that stress is going to depend on what I had just said about the demands. The demand that's placed on you, and if there is a real fear where the consequences are quite important as to whether you meet those demands or not, that's going to increase or decrease your stress level, isn't it? So it's about the importance you place on it as well, as to how much stress is going to be applied because of the imbalance between that. Now, when you feel, the more stress you feel, more harmful is the physiological response of that stress. What I'm talking about here are things like muscle tension, fatigue, your coordination gets screwed up, your attention and your concentration gone. Think of it this way. Have you ever gone to bed and, go to sleep, and you wake up and you actually feel more tired and you feel sore? This can often be because you have gone to bed stressed. Now I'll give you a quick, where I'm going at this. I want to give you a quick little exercise that you can do to better understand what I'm talking about here, about the physiological cost of stress on your body and how it affects you. So I want you to take your dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, take your right hand. If you're left-handed, left, and place it on the table in front of you or on a flat surface anyway in front of you. Your hand and your whole forearm. You can place that on a table or a flat surface in front of you. And you don't have to do this right now along with me. You can do it after you've listened. That's fine if you're driving or something. Once you've done that, I want you to tense up all the muscles in your fingers and your wrist. Really, what you'll find is that your hand may lift off of the table a bit because you are tensing your wrist and you're tensing every muscle in every finger. Tense them right up. Now, why it's tense like that, as tense as you can make it, I want you to tap your index and your middle fingers. Tap them quickly, back and forth, 30 times. Keeping that tension all the time. Do not focus on doing it quickly. Focus on keeping the tension and do it 30 times. It can be quite difficult to do to get them to go together. And look at all the other fingers moving. And sometimes you're not actually getting them straight on together like that. They go up and down and all sorts of, oh gosh, and now I've got balloons. Okay, good. And now relax. Relax all the muscles in your fingers, in your hand, in your wrist. Totally relaxed. Just let it flop. Nice and relaxed. And whilst your hand and your fingers and your wrist is nice and relaxed, tap your index and middle finger again together 30 times. Nice and quick. Look how much easier it is when your hand is really relaxed. So much easier. Just goes together almost naturally, doesn't it? So do you see that muscular tension in your body? It slows your movement and it affects your coordination. So that was an exercise really just to show you how muscle tension affects your body, okay, and your ability to do things. So imagine that muscle tension in other areas of your body when you get stressed. Think of the headaches you get. Think of the tension that comes on your neck and your shoulders, because the minute we're stressed, our muscles tense up like they did with your hand. Our muscles tense up like that. And so they're not able to perform at their optimal level. And that's all your muscles, even the muscles around your eyes. Have you ever had so many tabs open, so stressed about meeting a deadline? Or I know, I'm a student as well. So if I'm struggling and rushing to get through reading a chapter or something in readiness to listen to a lecture, I'll find that I'll read something and then I have no idea what I just read and I have to go back and read it again. And then my eyes start to get tired and start to get a bit of a tension headache across here. That's all the muscles that me in this case, are almost forcing to work when they're really tense. And so they're not performing at their optimal level because all their movements are slowed down and the coordination of the different muscles around the areas are all off as well. So that was just your hand. And then I was just talking about just the muscles around your eyes. What about the muscles in your neck, your shoulders, your arms? Look how sore our backs can get in the muscles as well. The tension in our legs, when our legs can simply ache from being tensed up so much. And now go back to what I asked about before, where what if you've gone to bed to sleep at night and you've got lots on your mind, you're stressed about things, you're anxious. And so now you know how tense probably all your muscles are. It's no wonder that you wake up feeling sore and feeling like you haven't really slept at all. You haven't recharged at all because your body has been tense the whole time you've been sleeping. Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to optimize our mind and body for success, which means focusing our mental and our physical energy on one task at hand. Be in the moment and focus everything there so that we are optimizing. We're using our mind and body in unison to get the job done, close down the tab. Yep. So there's lots of techniques out there to help increase mindfulness and focus, awareness and targeting. The key to them, though, is practice. You must practice these techniques so that it becomes a second nature to you, so that when you are in a very stressful situation, when that imbalance comes into play, you're better able to then drop into your mindfulness technique and refocus your mind and body and energy to get the task done at hand. If you just think, oh, yeah, I know how to do breath work. Yeah, no worries. And then you haven't practiced it though, and then something really stressful happens, it's going to be even harder work for you, and you probably will give up on it to do the breath work in that moment because you haven't practiced it. You haven't made it second nature to you. And so your body's not used to it. Your mind and body is not used to it, is not aware of what you're doing. And it really just becomes another tab and adds to the stress. So, like I said, lots of techniques. There's progressive relaxation, hypnosis, meditation, breath work, imagery, self-talk. All these sorts of things are to increase mindfulness and focus. However, they all have three common principles that it boils down to. And so this is what I want you to focus on, okay, when you're doing these, when you're practicing these. Lowering muscle tension. So that's what we want to get done, isn't it? We want to lower the tension in the muscles, because as we know, when the muscles tense up, then we are not thinking clearly. We are not using our mind and body to get the job done. We're putting it under stress and strain and ultimately hurting ourselves. So lowering of muscle tension, bringing into focus body sensations and the present moment. That takes practice. When you first start doing mindfulness techniques, it's very common for your mind to wander. And that's okay. That's the reason for the practice. You actually learn when you start doing these practices, you see how often you get distracted from the present moment, how difficult it is for us to focus simply on the present moment, on feeling what's going on inside our bodies. We've really quite lost touch of listening and understanding and feeling the inside of what the mechanics of our body. So that's the second common principle, is bringing focus to body sensations and the present moment. The third principle that all these different techniques have in common is breathing. Relaxing the breathing, bringing your focus to the breath. Because the minute we relax our breathing and focus on our breathing, everything calms down in our body. We can get out of that fight or flight response in our mind. We can bring the tension down. When our heart rate comes down as well, when everything lowers, we actually start to think more clearly. And being more in control of your body mechanics actually creates an atmosphere where you can have better decisions, make better decisions. You're thinking clearer instead of being more from that emotional place where everything's tense, everything's dire, everything's stressful and anxious. And we tend to make emotional decisions when we're in that state of mind. So we've got to bring back control of our self-regulatory practices, mindfulness and focus. So it's lowering muscle tension, bringing focus to the body sensations and the present moment, and relaxing the breathing. Those three elements will put you in such a better position to optimize your mind and body to complete and or be successful at whatever it is that's right in front of you. And then you can close that tab and you move on to the next thing. So I'm going to leave that there today. I trust this has been helpful. Please let me know what you think, and let me know if you tried the small exercise I gave you and how that felt, or what you learned from it, if anything. And next week, I'll be talking about finding purpose in your journey. Please remember to like and subscribe to this channel. This helps me grow my audience and keep building Talk Train and Automatic Mouth. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care. Bye.